I unslammed my Jetta. If you're asking yourself why, let me break it down for you. For those of y'all who've been following for a while, you'll know that I've been chasing a suspension issue ever since I put the car on coilover. The issue originally was that the car vibrated really bad above 90 miles an hour, and unfortunately it got worse over the last 6 months. Last weekend we went to Tail of the Dragon, and unfortunately on the way back I found out that my car was now shaking above 50 miles an hour. And I drove 3.5 hours at like 50 to 60 miles an hour dealing with annoying shakes the whole way. I went through the car several times and made sure everything was good, and everything looked good. Nothing was binding, nothing was loose, everything was tightened under load, but still I had this issue. Until yesterday I decided, well, I'm gonna raise it, see what happens, and lo and behold, it fixed my issue. This leads me to believe that it's something with the ball joints, because whenever I did take a look at the car on the way home, it looked like the ball joints were severely at an angle that did not look like they were supposed to be. And to top it off, I was talking to one of my friends and he said that it could also be ball joints, and he's much more knowledgeable than I am, so I'll take his word for it and think that might actually be the problem. So as of right now, the car is raised about 1 inch higher than it normally is, which is roughly about that ride height. And it seems to be a lot better. Also worth mentioning that we had the DCC canceller kit from the Asian garage, and unfortunately I was still getting a suspension fault code whenever I would start driving after like a minute or two. And since raising the car as well, that issue has also gone away. Now, I'm not an expert on DCC suspension, but from what I have learned talking to the Asian garage, shout out to the Asian garage, is that basically these sensors have to be within a certain range in order to cancel out the signal. Meaning if your car is too low, then the sensor is going to be out of range, throwing that fault code regardless if you have a canceller or not plugged in. So in this case, with this ride height in the front, the sensors are back to a good level where now the cancellers can actually function and cancel out my codes while still having coilovers that are not DCC compatible. That's basically the gist of everything, and I'm just happy that the car is actually drivable again. On top of that, we also put back in the new boost sensors, and I can finally have full boost once again. So yeah, everything is good, and I love you guys. Peace out.